Okay, so here's one problem that we found, and I already have solved this. I have the video, but it lasted for 17 minutes, and I want to make the video so very brief. That's why I just recorded it with all the solutions available. Well, by the way, this is the problem, no? This is the problem that we have in our video today. Our video today is about the distance and speed and time principle. So this is our what we call this one, our discussions, no? So as you can see here, it's noted that we have to consider the problem. So the problem is this one, no? And this problem is, as you can see, it's about this problem. It's the distance covered. Okay, I already have given this problem long before, and many were able to get hard in solving this. So that's why with the limited time, I'll just consider it for you being solved. So here's the problem. The problem is that a biker or a bike covered half of the distance between two towns, okay, in 2 hours and 30 minutes. After that, first half, or after that half of the distance of the two towns, he increases speed by 2 kilometers per hour, and he covered that second half of the distance in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Now the problem is you have to find this, the distance between the two towns, and of course also the initial speed of the biker. Okay, so here's the illustrations. From point A to point B, okay, right, there is the distance called total distance, no? And then the first half of the distance from this distance is our first half, and also from this distance is another half, correct? Now the speed of the first half is you do not know, but the moment it reaches here, okay, all right, the moment it reaches there, this point, it already has what? It already has covered that half distance by 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 2.5 hours, right? So we have the distance unknown, we have the speed unknown, but we know the time, the moment it reaches at midpoint. But again, the problem continues that after that, he has now the speed. He has now the speed of 2 kilometers per hour. Meaning, since the problem says that after that he increased the speed by 2 kilometers, that is only for the second half. It's therefore considered that before the first half, or during the first half here, it's less than 2 kilometers per hour, correct? So that's our hints there. Now look at this one. You have given the speed, and the time it reaches from that point to this point is 2 hours and 20 minutes, or 2.33 hours, kasi 20 minutes is just 1/3 of 60 minutes, and 60 minutes is 1 hour. Therefore 20 minutes over 60 is already 1/3. So see, we have the distance once and we have the distance two. So we can see that the distance formula is equals to speed times t, or s times t, and dito also is 2 times t2. That dt is the distance from A to B. Therefore d1, as mentioned in the problem, is only 1/2 of dt, and d2 is 1/2 the speed of dt also. That means that d1, this distance, and this d2 is actually equal. But we can compute here, out of this, that distance to, we can compute, or we can solve directly, because as from the distance formula, d2 is equals to what? Speed times the time. So the speed is 2 kilometers per hour, and the distance is 2 and 20/60, or 2 hours and times 2 and 1/3, or if you have to convert this 2 and 1/3, it will become 7/3 hours. So 2 times 7 is 14/3, is 14/3 kilometer hours. Therefore, the hours, or the distance covered by dito, or the second half, is 14.3 kilometers. And that is also that also means that D1 is equals to dito. Therefore, D1 is equals to dito, and D1 is equals to this, right? And also DT is equals to D1 equals DT is total distance dito. Therefore, the total distance is 14/3 plus 14/3 is 28/3 kilometers. Therefore, it's also equal that that is 9 and 1/3 kilometers. So this is if ever you are given with this problem, the total distance is 9.33 kilometers. That's already one part of the problem being solved, and that's the distance between the two towns, which is the DT, no? The D1 plus D2. But what about the speed? The initial speed of the biker. The initial speed is D1 is equals to S1 times D2, as the distance formula here, no? As we have discussed, this one. So that means that S1 is equals to D1. Okay, if we are going to simplify this further, the speed 1 is equals to distance 1 divided by time 1, and the distance 1 is 14/3, and the time is 2.5. Therefore, 14/3 divided by 5/2. And if you are going to get the rule is we are going to change that division to multiplication. Therefore, 24/3 times the reciprocal of 5/2, which means 2/5. So 13 times 2 is 28, and then 5 times 3 is 15. So 28/15 km per hour yung speed ng first half, initial speed ng biker, or that is approximately 1 and 13.15 kilometers per hour. Well, if you are going to compute that further, that's approximately 1.86 kilometer per hour. So just this means that the speed is being increased with our assumption a while ago that it's 2 hours, it's 2 kilometer per hour. So we are valid. It's less than 2 hours, no? Less than 2 hours yung speed during the first half here. So S1 here, S1 is equals to 1.86 kilometer per hour. Ito yung speed ng biker sa first half. So this is the answer. Therefore, is we were able to get the answer for that, and that is this one, no? Actually, it's not 1.89, it's 1.86, no? Parang mali to. So dapat it's 1.86, no? That is 1.86. Okay? That's 1.86 kilometer per hour. Okay. Till then, if you have some problems, just visit again, as we invite you to also have chance to visit our site at we have some more free stuff that you also can avail. Of course, there are also some stuff that you are going to pay if you are willing. So our site is expected that you can also visit there. It's it's TTP help me to pass .weebly.com. So help me to pass .weebly.com. all right, so you try to visit with this site, help me to pass .weebly.com, so that you can have more stuffs perhaps that you will like, no? There are some stuff there na pwede nyong kinabangan, o baka mamaya magagandang pwedeng ibigay sa iyo ng, or magagandang mapapalang bagay doon. Okay? God bless and have a great day. Okay?